So after our talk yesterday about these two brand new Rise of the Beast Studio Series products, it opened up this discussion of what are we really getting in 2023 in relation to Studio Series and the Transformers brand. And this is a shout out to local Montreal collector William as well as Mirage for hooking me up with these updated listings and letting me know what is happening with the Studio Series line going into 2023 and the whole rollout of it, and kind of also making a little sense of what's going on a little bit with that Air Razor figure, which still, I love all the memes that people have been posting online from Rodimus Prime glow-ups and all kinds of craziness. So let's jump into that. So we're going to go through all the listings that we have thus far for 2023 for the Studio Series line, all the different price points, and just go through it together, and then we could kind of digest it and make sense of everything afterwards. So let's start with Core Class. We have our Studio Series Core Class TF3 Bumblebee. This one, of course, is going to be pretty clearly a repaint of the TF3 Dark of the Moon Laserbeak Bumblebee that we saw, the little pink one there. Going to be a straight-up redeco. We kind of saw that coming from the get-go. Then we have a Studio Series 86 Core Class Frenzy. Obviously, is probably going to be a red and black repaint of Rumble Blue that we already got just recently. So again, pretty much an unexpected to expected, depending on who you're talking to, straight up repaint from the Core Class. And speaking of another one too that's also pretty much expected, the Studio Series 86 Core Class Ironhide. Obviously going to be a repaint retool of the Core Class 86 Ratchet that we already got. No surprise there. Now you're going to get yourself a little mini Ironhide on top of that. Then we have two from TF7, aka Rise of the Beast. We don't have names for these yet. We just have the code names of Delta 2 and Hydra. Now, we kind of have this situation where we don't even know what Delta is. So what, let alone a Delta 2. That potentially could be a new character that we have not seen already on the screen. That's a possibility of that, kind of the same way how we went into Bumblebee the movie, and we didn't realize the extent of how many Generation 1 characters were going to be appearing even in a small cameo form at the beginning of the movie. So it could be one of those cases, could be something completely different. And the same thing with a TF7 codename Hydra here, kind of the same situation. We will see when that comes. Could be a brand new character, could be something else completely, but it's definitely Rise of the Beast related in that Core Class price point. Probably makes us wonder too, because it's a small thing. Could it be a small version of the character, or could it be a small character? Really makes me wonder. Maybe it could be one of the cassette bots. Who knows? But we'll see. We will see when that time comes. Let's get into the Deluxe Class. So we have a Deluxe Class TF7, again, Rise of the Beast George, which is Bumblebee. So we're going to get a Bumblebee. I think that's going to be probably one of the next toys that we're going to be seeing leaking online in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that. Again, TF7 Titan. That's, of course, our Air Razor that we just saw. We don't know if it represents now the first one that we saw or the second one. Probably the second one now. There's different kind of conversations that we've had where the first one we saw could potentially maybe just be of the Rise of the Beast vanilla line. But we'll see. We will see when that time comes. TF7 Pluto. That's our Mirage. Again, we haven't seen much of Mirage outside of an alt mode. And, of course, the very limited, scant amount of that display image that we saw. But hopefully we'll get some new images in the near future. TF7 Barcelona. That's our Wheeljack. Same story, just like Mirage. Outside of some very vague and very blurry stock images of the store displays. Not much we could go off of, and of course the alt mode in real life images from the shootings of the movie. TF7 Outlaw, that's our Nightbird. Same story like the others, except we don't even have a robot mode image. We just got alt mode images, so we'll see what happens with that. And then we got 3 War for Cybertron video game figures of Barricade, Bumblebee, and Cliffjumper. Obviously, the Bumblebee and the Cliffjumper are probably going to be retools of each other, while the Barricade is going to be a brand new sculpting based off of potentially the Barricade from the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron video games, which is pretty hype and a good way to keep that Barricade name circling around. And then we got a Deluxe Class Studio Series 86, one that I'm really excited about, of a Studio Series 86 Brawn. Is he going to come with a swappable damaged shoulder that potentially killed him? I don't think he's dead. But we don't know, but I'm very excited about this one. I love Brawn. And to finally have him get a figure that has a little more budget to really flesh him out is really good. He's gotten legend scales. He's got that kind of pseudo core class that he had, which still was called a legend scale in the Titans Return line. And now we have, of course, a deluxe class that hopefully will knock it out of the park. And then we'll probably get an Outback repaint from it. And maybe even if Hasbro's feeling a little excited, maybe they could take that and turn it into Vanguard from GoBots. You never know. You never know. That'd be cool. But yeah, we will see what happens with that. Let's get into the Voyager class. Again, a whole bunch of Rise of the Beast stuff. So we got TF7 Butch, a.k.a. Cheetor. So again, we've seen the alt mode images from that mug. We have no robot mode images yet, so stay tuned for that. We got, now here we go, TF7 Apollo. This is what is Battle Trap. So both Cheetor and Battle Trap will probably be the Wave 1 Voyagers together in the case assortment. And of course, we just saw Battle Trap just yesterday. Then we have three other Voyagers here. Another one that's from Rise of the Beast. We have a TF7 Warrior. That's our Rhinox. Again, we saw the alt mode, Rhino mode from the mug image. No robot mode images yet. We have now some War for Cybertron stuff. Voyager class WFC War for Cybertron Megatron and WFC War for Cybertron Optimus. Probably based off of their older designs, but now given the Voyager class treatment, those original characters originally were only deluxe class toys. So it'd be nice to see them blown up with a little more budget and make them look really nice. I'm very curious how they're going to tackle those, especially considering like the other ones that we just discussed, like Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. They were deluxes before, and now they're going to be deluxes again, but a modern deluxe, and how those are handled. This one here, it's a Voyager, but the Voyagers of how they're done today, so I'm kind of curious how those will be handled, considering the originals of those ones of Optimus and Megatron were originally deluxes. And the last Voyager we have here, and again, one that's no surprise, Studio Series 86 Voyager class Ratchet. Obviously going to be a retool repaint of the Studio Series 86 Voyager class Ironhide that a lot of people are really loving, and going to be very exciting to see how they tackle this one with Ratchet. And probably going to see all kinds of different versions. Probably maybe get the Marvel colors, the regular colors, maybe the rescue colors. Who knows? We'll see what they do, but that one's pretty easy to repaint and get a whole bunch of mileage out of just with that one character. And the last one we're going to cover here is, again, Leader class. Some Rise of the Beast stuff and an 86 one. We got the Leader class TF7 Optimus Primal, codename Cyclops. And again, we got to see somewhat of the robot mode through leaked toys from the different price points, mostly the lower tier price points. Somewhat of a blurry image from the display. We got the alt mode from the mug, so we have a little bit of a visual indication of how he's going to look, but this is a Leader class, so the more upper echelon of the price point and budget to make something that'll be a really cool product. And on the flip side of that, on the bad guys, the Terracons, we got TF7 Oscar, a.k.a. Scourge, which we know the alt mode, but we don't know anything else, so it'll be very curious to see how that one turns out, especially at a Leader class price point, the big bad of the movie, outside of a certain someone else. No spoilers. And the last one we're going to cover here, Studio Series 86 Leader class Dinobot Snarl. So that leads now only Swoop to be the last one of the Dinobots to appear. The ongoing conversation is just that Swoop would not fit in the Leader class price point, so it's something that maybe they're waiting later to try to figure that out. That also raises the question, does that mean we might get Swoop first as a core class within that Evolution Combiners thing that we're seeing? We don't know yet, but it will be interesting to see how that pans out. But yeah, Snarl's the next one, so we're almost complete our Dinobots. And that's it more or less for this list. That's the 2023 Studio Series lineup. And again, this kind of comes hot off the heels of what we saw now with the Rise of the Beast stuff. So very interesting stuff. Let me know what you think. Which one are you excited about the most? For me personally, it's that Brawn, maybe. I don't know, 86 movie. It's just, poor Brawn. I love Brawn. I love mini bots in general, but Brawn was always, on that higher on the ranking for me when it came to the mini bots. And yeah, it'd be pretty cool to get Brawn and then Outback and all the others. And of course, I'm very curious to see how some of those other TF7 Rise of the Beast characters are going to look in it. But I get a feeling over the next couple of days, we're going to be seeing a lot more of these characters and stuff leaking out. So stay tuned for that, and we'll keep you updated here on the Transformer Slag podcast.